नमस्कार आप सबको मेरा नाम छवि राजावत है and I come from a village named Soda which is 60 kilometers. Is everyone okay with English? Yeah? Back there? It's great. I come from a village named Soda which is 60 kilometers away from Jaipur, based in Rajasthan. We have about 808, to be precise, 880 houses and 7,000 residents approximately. When I became the Sarpanch in 2010, we only had 4 hours of electricity a day, no landline, one computer laboratory only for the senior school children, no internet, one computer in the panchayat office, which was collecting dust over the past 2 years prior to 2010. Technology is not only about acquisition of equipment. What it means to me is enabling accessibility and bridging divides. Example, the e-governance module, which we are working towards in my village. We are looking at, of course, internet access, which hasn't really come in at the level of providing us the bandwidth that was needed, but we are hopeful it's falling in place. We have opened up a computer lab which is open to everyone, to all age groups, to all segments of the society in the village to provide the computer training. And also create a platform wherein we are able to provide access to information about grants available through the government, because by and large, the rural sector remains as it does because of the lack of basic awareness, which technology can help bring in, so that people can start demanding what they have the rights to and be aware of those benefits that the government provides, which they otherwise are left deprived of. For us, technology is not about surfing the internet. We have, in villages, very specific and critical needs that technology can help assist in, such as governance. We have created our own citizen charter. It was surprising to note that panchayats did not even have their own database. We have created that because it can help panchayats extend the benefits or schemes to the beneficiaries, taking, for example, the very basic social welfare schemes of just extending something as basic as pensions, which people usually, especially the elderly, are not aware of, that at what age do they have the right to access it and how to go about it. So instead of them having to reach out to the panchayat, we are doing our best to reach out to them at the appropriate time. It also helps avoid duplication of government relief programs or subsidies, and thereby ensuring that the panchayat plays fair and is a fair governance, so that every individual gets to benefit from the schemes that come in at different intervals into the village. We also intend on using the platform to digitize records. Currently, the issues which exist in rural areas, what is surprising is the fact that the revenue department itself has not been able to digitize its records, and as a result, the very critical data, which is maps of villages, are not available, which results in a lot of disputes and a lot of issues when even the interests of the larger public is hampered and hindered, and no solution can be found. So if we are able to digitize our records, those kind of issues can be taken care of. It also helps to us proper documentation so that we can know our budgets, annual budgets, and plan and execute them better, and therefore deliver better in terms of developing our respective areas. It can also help ensure that information reaches the last mile. Of course, as per the government e-governance guideline, the information is supposed to reach the last mile, but as of now, it hasn't done so. And as a result, what often happens, which we saw happen in our own panchayat, was the fact that a lot of schemes do not reach the beneficiaries because of there could be some human error that occurred at some other level. For example, we in 2010 were not granted our NREGA funding. When we approached the government, we were told that we had crossed the required 60-40 ratio, when the 60% is meant for labor component and 40% is for material component. And we were surprised because no project had been sanctioned in 2010. It had not been that long that NREGA funds had, or the project had been announced in the country. So when we requested for data from the block level, I went through the data and did the calculation manually myself and realized that there was a huge calculation error. So where our labor component was not more than 25%, their records showed that we had gone up to 72%. And as a result, for almost 7 to 8 months, our village did not benefit. If that could happen to us, it means it is happening at every level in different sectors in rural India. It is an important medium which can help address the key challenge of transparency and accountability, which is what we are doing in our panchayat, and also provide an objectified data that you can trust. Just for example, our survey done twice over in our village by volunteers from outside and by our own youth within the village, the number of houses that currently exist in my village is 880. But the government data, for some reason, states that we have 937 houses. So that is just to share with you the kind of skewed data that we often find. Accessibility is a big problem in villages at various levels. Technology can help bridge that divide. We can use it to even post photographs as evidence of whether a project has actually been executed or not. Technology is what will help us be tied to the world that we are geographically so far removed from, and as a result, many people who even want to help out and reach out to rural areas are usually reluctant. Just for example, in my village alone, we have no access to safe drinking water. All groundwater in my village has been declared unsafe even for the purpose of irrigation owing to natural contamination. There is no solution currently from the state government because usage of machinery to desilt a reservoir is prohibited. And as a result, we've not been able to find the required support. Education is skewed. We do not have enough teachers. We do not have a proper curriculum. The 11th and 12th standard children are only taught Hindi literature, Sanskrit literature, and geography. So what kind of a future do they have to hope for? We can all well imagine. The income in this region is seasonal because it is dependent on agriculture, which is dependent on the seasonal rainfall. If technology comes in and we are able to provide the basic knowledge to the youth in the village, internet itself can also be a medium to provide online jobs so that people don't have to necessarily migrate outside of the village to get better and sustainable sources of income. Villages, I believe, should not have to be backward. It is not a curse to be born in a village in India. I'm proud to be a villager, and I wish each one of us, because at one level or the other we all hail from a village, I wish we could all take pride in being where we hail from. If the village is being kept backward, then there is something seriously wrong with the system. Technology can help link the many villages and those wishing to help rural sector, and collectively we can try and resolve the challenges of our rural sector and help the people who are suffering in those areas. Thank you. I will just end with that. And if there, will we have a Q&A later? So I look forward to have any questions that you may have and interact with you later. Thank you very much.